Filter's getting set. Ooh. Let's see how some of my painting handiwork came out. Not bad. Not bad. It's okay, I suppose. It's okay. E.T.'s okay. What's going on, Ray? Welcome. Oh, that's special. He's okay. Allergy day, so I'm gonna be moving over this way quite a bit. Lovely. All right. Need to go check the game cam, see if there's anything new. Okay. Game cam. Hey, Nick, good morning. All right. Hey, Seb, what's going on, man? Welcome. Send you a pic of the Raven and 3 years. Yeah, I saw that, man. I actually did see that. Maybe I didn't respond to it, but I did see it. I just find it funny that you got a camera set up specifically for game, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Did you have it with like an automatic sensor so that when there's movement, you get the old gun out, ready to go to town on it? What was that? Oh, blade. Where'd that blade come from? Slowly waking up from your stream in a bit of Minecraft. Nice. I'm just slowly waking up. I'm doing well. Thank you, Seb. I was up very late last night, so I'm kind of in a bit of a recovery mode right now. I may actually do a reverse wash on this. We shall see. We shall see. If I had property, I would have cameras set up and see what's moving around those areas. Yeah, I bet you would. Why not? It's motion detector. We gotta see what comes through the yard. The only hunting that happens are the squirrels are moving into our house. They're eating one of them. I got the other wing put on. Now, what's interesting is looking at this thing. If I look very carefully, wings are not in alignment. And ask me if I care. Go ahead. I'll let you ask me if I care. But I glued this thing on, and this thing is just trash, but we already knew this. So I'll be grinding down, sanding down the seam line here as best as I can. Hey, Mr. Gunpla. Hey, Mr. Trash Bag. What's going on? I'm really bad at killing stuff. Even the squirrel gets an apology and some tears. Yeah. I do that too. I mean, in terms of like, I'll kill like a spider if I have to because it's like, family doesn't like spiders. So I'm the spider killer. And it's always followed with a, I'm sorry for having to do this. Oh boy, the standing show is back. Nick, these are the things I do for you. Don't forget that. This is what I do for you. But yesterday I was working on that, and then last night I didn't expect to, but I started painting, and I figured, oh, what the hell. So Misa is almost done. I've still got sort of like all this back area still to do. The front, still tweaking out some stuff. Got to get her sleeve markings done. But her legs, her shoes are done. I then have to work on, after I get all of this base painting done, then I'm going to work on getting her, just applying a bit of weathering, just to give it a little bit more realness. Get some oils in between the fingers to give it a little bit of depth. Around the face, just to give it a little bit more pop. They got to do some pink on the lips. Oops, did I miss? Interesting. From here, it looked awfully white. Might not have gotten her chin nearly as well painted as I would have liked. Not going, it'll go on a table. I'll definitely put it on a table and that kind of thing, but do I expect them to? No. But it's just nice to actually get a figure done. Okay. Let's get back to this lunacy. This is absolutely. This is, I'm not going to lie, this is the worst model I've ever had the opportunity to work on. Anyway, how was everybody's Sunday? Broke up my Tamiya golf rally car to start. The hardest part is picking out the paint scheme. Yeah. Hopefully anybody who celebrated Easter yesterday had an enjoyable day. And if you didn't, hope you just had a lovely Sunday. What'd you guys do? Looks like Seb's been waking up and playing some Minecraft. Good for him. Things are creaking. I don't know why. It's usually indicative of something separating. Which, given that there are parts on here that still need... I was trying to get some of this flattened before I decided to pull out the putty. God awful. Made deviled eggs. Figured it was appropriate. Yeah, I would say so. I made some pierogies and kielbasa too. I found a new Polish deli. Nice. That sounds like fun. My daughter has both my kids actually have the day off. My older daughter's going to be hanging out with a friend down in Providence, and my younger daughter and I are going to make it a daddy-daughter day. Check out some stuff now that she is definitely going to QU. Gonna start doing some preliminary computer shopping and the like. Homemade horseradish that will curl your nose hair. Oh boy, I could use that right now. Finally, something that says extra hot and is extra hot. Yeah, I could use that right about now. We did the Greek thing. We made eggs. Mostly painted them in red. Didn't come out quite as red as I could have done, but it was what it is. And then my older daughter made tiropita. We had a nice Greek salad. It was good. Clean up after this. Can you wait until Wednesday? Yeah. 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 I can. Nah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't you wait? Yeah, looking forward to kind of hanging out. So just trying to figure out if we're going to be meeting. And I'm assuming you have flexibility, right? I'm assuming we might be meeting later in the day. We may. Depends on what our put horseradish on your chest like vapor rub. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah, I'm hoping you have some flexibility because I'm not sure exactly what Ken's schedule is. It might be an afternoon thing. It might be a morning thing. Let's see what his schedule looks like. Excuse me. That actually helped a little. Do I look like a gymnast? Not at all. Not one bit. Not one iota. Right. Yeah, the fitness burger in my mouth. Exactly. Yeah, when I watch YouTube stuff now, every time something comes up, it's like, hey, lose those pounds. It's like, why are you advertising that shit to me? Yes. Could I stand to maybe, get rid of a little bit of a spare tire? Sure. Do I give a shit? No, not in the least. Hey, Richie. Good morning. Boy, I'm being musical today. Sorry, guys. How are you, Richie? How was your weekend? How was your Easter? Hey, Joe. Good morning. Nolan spent his second night in his crib, so that means I haven't slept in 2 days. Has he normally not slept in his crib? Do you know how long it took me to get these? Exactly. I work at this. Anyway, good morning, Joe. What's going on, brother? How was your Easter? Sorry, I got it here. It's tickling my neck. Great, feeling a lot better. Yeah, awesome to hear. Looking forward to our build event this weekend. Nice. Where's the event, Richie? Oh, I know which one that is. Yeah, that's the one I was hoping to come down to. Unfortunately, it's my daughter's birthday. I mean, could she possibly have planned it better? No, I guess not. We have a dance competition this weekend, too. One of the last ones. He's been in a bassinet and got it. Carson, hi George. How was your Easter? And good morning. Good morning. How are you? Easter was lovely, relatively peaceful. Went to church in the morning. Came back. Had a quick lunch. Watched a little of the residents with the family. Did a little bit of model work. Ugh. And then spent the evening with the family again. And then after everybody went to bed, came down to the bench. It's nice, peaceful. How was yours? Hey, hon, guess what we're doing for your birthday? Yeah, exactly. Doesn't fly too well. Yeah, the Japanese. Those friends, they're always next time. Yeah, I'm going to make a trip down. I know. I just got to find the time. Good, nice to hear. Just bring her down and don't let her tell her it'll be a surprise. Yeah, right. This isn't where the dance competition is. What are we doing here? All right. Oh. Yeah, Nick, it is. It's the sanding show. Absolutely. It is the sanding show. I get back on easy A, getting used to this medication, but I've been sleeping a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, so it's changed things that much pattern-wise, Richie. Hey, Anthony. Good morning. I'm well. How are you, sir? How are you? Just grinding away this piece of shit. Okay, I think we're going to stop there. And I think what we're going to do is just fill that entire area right there. Otherwise, this whole wing is just going to get destroyed. You're basically on autopilot minus the mind racing. Oh, there. Just sub to you. How are you doing? How and everyone in the chat? GB, what's going on, man? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I appreciate the sub. Thank you so much. I'm having a lovely start to the day. I also am fortunate that I don't have to go anywhere. I'm on vacation this week, so mornings are going to be kind of spent like this. And then before the museum, we can take the RC trucks for a walk. Plenty of good short trails, or after if Kevin wants it. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll be sending out a text to you guys later this morning, and we'll try to make that coordination. That's fine. I've got the day, so I'm looking forward to just hanging out. Hanging out. We're doing some rescribing on panel lines. Well, at least the bottom of the wing is coming out okay. The top is absolute trash. Just to show you guys real quickly, all that gapping there. It's like, and this is after grinding. Like I'm hitting it with 220, and it's still got that massive gap. So at this point, anything that's left here is going to have to get filled with filler. Let me inject plans into other conversations. It's much more confusing that way. I love it, Roy. All right, let's get the, let's just see if I got to do any more of this stuff. So I'm going to put these little cowling pieces on. Oops. Absolutely atrocious. Worst model ever. Even this is going to be fucking great. Well, guess what? Going to be some more gap filling. Well, a lot of sanding there. Oh, this is the absolute worst model ever. I've over the years probably assembled, I don't know, somewhere around 300 models. Just assemble. I'm not saying even taking the full finish. Just assemble. And I've worked on some pretty challenging stuff. I got a Strelitzia that's right behind me. I've bitched quite a bit about Max Factory. But in terms of the models, it's just a complete lack of any engineering thought. Like, this is by far the worst. What brand is it? It's Special Hobby. It's the Airacomet in 1/72nd scale. And, it's one of those, and I've talked about it before here, GB, but just it's just looking at like the instructions. There's no what they call it, no quality alignment of any sort. Even things like the manual just say, hey, just glue these things on here. Well, where's here? It's so vague. But I've heard people say the special hobby is pretty crap, and I think I can guarantee you and just say, yep, with unequivocally not disagree. Whoops. Like if the expectation that you're going to build something like, you know, a Tamiya or a Meng or a Bandai kit, nope, not one bit. But so then the question is, well, why the hell are you continuing to work on it? Because I actually want to get this thing done. Part of it, there's actually another reason. I've mentioned the one primary reason, which is doesn't make it easy. That no, this model is it's bad. I've worked on, like I said, like a whole host of different things, including some of the older stuff that I've done. I've got, you know, a dozen or so older models that I've assembled and fully finished, and all of it has had its challenges, but at least there was some level of good fitment. Because even the older stuff, they tried, right? For as much as they could possibly do. An old RE model, it could be missing detail, but at least it tried to get some alignment things done. Didn't always succeed. But this is almost like they didn't even try. You should just build the vacuum form version that came with it. I could, except I've already set that aside for you, Nick. And right now, I'm just not up for, I'm not looking for, I guess the best way to put it, I'm not looking to challenge myself further with this. Let's put it that way, or challenge myself further. I'm looking to actually finish something that's pretty good, you know? And I've had some good stuff happen. The, excuse me. I finished the Gundam RFV Zaku 2 last night, just assembling it, and that was great. Sorry, everybody. Allergies today. It's a reminder how far kits have come. Yeah, absolutely. And also, not only how far kits have come, but also the expectation of what, you know, what's good out there that may be, you know, that some companies are working on that are even smaller companies. This is a small company, I get it. But even some of the other smaller companies that I've worked on, their stuff is really good. Yeah, I get with some of my models. Yeah, the RFV was fantastic, but again, that's a modern Bandai kit. That was great. That new Meng 1/72nd scale, I've almost got that figured out. The Merkava, that is a fabulous model. For those who did pop in kind of late. So I've also been painting up Misa Hayase. And this is the kit from 1982 or 83. And so she's almost done at this point. My hand brush skills are not all that great, but they're coming along. As long as I can get it within the ballpark, I'm fine with it. So we're getting closer. Yeah, GB, which models have you worked on that? Give me a couple of examples, a couple models that you're like, oh, that's a great model to work on, and oh my God, I would never touch something like that again. I'm always curious to see what successes and failures people see else out there. All right. All right. That's done. We'll clean that off. This one I'm totally scared to apply. I just can't even see this is going to work at all. Given how much I just reduced material to try to get everything kind of leveled out. There we go. Since Nick brought up the whole vacuum form, I do have, I think I set aside something from the Kirk collection that is vacuum formed. Someday I would like to try it before putting it away. I'm trying out an HK models for the first time. It's an 820G Havoc RAF. Wow, 132nd scale. That's huge. That's massive. And how are you finding it? HK models, I'm assuming it's another one of the... Forgot that these things got bent. I'm assuming that's another one of the smaller Chinese manufacturers. I've seen them. I think I've seen them pop up on my in my AliExpress look around. I've been looking at a bunch of stuff. I prefer the smaller scales. I prefer 1/72nd scale aircraft and armor. I will work on larger stuff, not 1/32nd scale. Oof, that's big. I don't have room for that. I'd have started it, yeah. I do like trumpeter kits. Yeah, trumpeter does make some good stuff. My favorites so far have been Mang Border. Vespid has been a bit of a challenge. Yeah, Hong Kong models. Yep. Maybe I'll bring you a 1144 aircraft. I've got a few of those. In fact, I've got a couple of 1100 aircraft. And there might be in the mail something coming that is in 1144 scale aircraft. I was grab a few of shows. Good dial fodder, yeah. But even some of the smaller stuff, like that 1144, 1100 scale stuff, yeah, I definitely agree with you that it'll actually fit quite nicely, scale for scale. I'm also getting to the point where I guess scale doesn't matter to me as much anymore. Like if I wanted to do a diorama where, let's say this is a 1/72nd scale plane and I want to put it include a 1144 scale Gundam, I'm going to do it. It's my story, damn it. Working on a car at the moment. It's a Porsche 911 GT2. Yeah, nice. And is that like a 1/20th, 1/24th scale GB? I wanted to mess with force perspective so different scales can work. Oh yeah, absolutely right. 100%. Yeah, I like obviously since I've finished almost nearly finished the bat plane thing. I really like the concept of force perspective. Agreed, agreed. So you're working on something specifically then, Ray? It's 124. Yep. And I'm assuming, I'm going to take a guess here. That car is that a Tamiya model or otherwise? In fact, I think I know what I'm going to probably end up doing with this. I was planning on when I was all done with this thing, I wanted to do something paint wise with it. Yeah, it's Tamiya. Yeah, that would make sense. That's stuff I started getting together for one of my many planned projects right after my deep resin pour submarine dive. Yeah, dude, I got to tell you, I love. I remember years ago seeing a Korean modeler who did that with an explosion, right? Literally, the sub is being destroyed. So he's got the sub. I think there's an impact from a depth charge that went up. So he's got that and the sub, and it's pretty good size, all in the pour. I'm like, how the hell did you do that? Dude, it's gorgeous. Hey, Ken. Good morning. What's going on, brother? I don't know who he is. I'd love to actually. I don't remember I ever saved the link to that, but that was just off the chain brilliant. Is Ray forcing his perspective on others again? Oh, by absolutely. Would you have it any other way? God. All right. So, ugh. Once again, yeah. Wait for those to dry. We'll do some sanding, and then we're just gonna hit this whole thing with Tamiya putty leveling. Surfacer. We're gonna hit everything on this thing. It took saying his name 4 times today. You're slipping, Ken. I just require more energy. Sorry, everybody. It is massive allergy season today. All that crap is starting to come in. All right. So I think I was actually debating putting on the horizontal stabilizers, but I think I'm going to pass on it for now until I get all of this done, because there's going to be a lot of grinding away at this thing to get this thing to come together. Hey, Ken, let us know if Wednesday is still good for you, and if yes, morning or afternoon, or you're flexible. Let me know. I remember giving the plants consent to pollinize me. Yeah. I'm personally affronted by the environment. I'm going to sue. All right, that gets set aside. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'll do one last thing on this plane, and then I'll call it a day. If there's a clear part that goes on the front, frankly, I don't care if it's clear or not at this point. Hello, Sue. I'm Ray. I really don't care if this thing is clear or not, because there's no way on God's green earth, given the way this model has come together, that this is even going to come close to be able to be done clear. I'll let you guys know. I'm waiting on. Okay, yeah. Keep us posted, please, Ken. And Ken, How is Pascha? They're joking, but someone will do and probably win. You know, the unfortunate thing there, Nick, is you're probably right. Now, if you say, you know what? We're going to save a lot of stuff for Thursday. There's going to be a lot of stuff to discuss on Thursday. But given the world that we live in currently, if I don't like what you say to me, I'm going to sue. If you do something that I don't like and it's a personal affront to me, I will sue. Or, yeah, I will challenge you. I don't get it. Crazy world. Okay, let's see. What's the hardest thing you faced throughout your life? The hardest thing? I don't know if I have an answer to that, to be honest. I genuinely don't have an answer to that. Every day poses a challenge. Every day I just want to get through it. Move on. Enjoy. Okay. Let's get this thing glued on. Like I said, it's going to get painted and it's not going to be clear because I just don't care. This model is just not worthy of it. I'm grinding so hard on this thing that the putty that I use below, the epoxy, has cracked. Are we talking Mohs scale, or do you build cars as well? Gee, that's a good question. I generally, cars, I'm going to put it this way. I'm not really a car guy. Cars just don't do it for me personally. Having said that, there are some cars in my collection. A recently acquired through our club raffle, I picked up a 1/24 scale Hasegawa VW bus. Do I still have it here? I've got I do have a bunch of like odd duck vehicles that kind of cross over into some like crazy military stuff. I've got an Opel bus. What else? What else do I have? A Ferrari. 320. I think it's a three. I can't remember if it's a 308 or a 328. GTB. I've got that. So there's a few things, but normally with cars, it's like I always think about it more in terms of diorama than I do. Like I see the work that people put into cars, like that high quality finish, and it's like, oh, I can't, yeah, that polishing and all that stuff. That's impressive stuff. I love the artwork. I love the finish work, and I've got some club members who do that kind of stuff fabulously. I'm not that guy. If only I can find him a four-door Prius. Yeah, a four-door Prius. Yeah, if you can find me a four-door Prius, circa 2000 model, yeah, I do that. What's one thing you've done in the day that you wish you'd done differently? Asking for an advice. Nice. GB, are you primarily a car builder? The only car I have is the 124 Nissan Micra, the first car model, but I don't remember the brand. Yeah, I actually picked up. It's a little roadster. MSA, I'm going to get back to you in a second. I've got a little roadster that I picked up. Also on the raffle. That's Japanese roadster. That's really, really cool. And of course, I'm completely spacing out on the name of the vehicle. But it was produced in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and then just like a limited production thing. That was kind of cool. So stuff like that I'll probably work on. And of course, I have the Tamiya Lotus 7 because I'm a huge Prisoner fan. So I want to build that in kind of Prisoner colors. So, what's one thing you've done in the day that you wish you had done differently? So, first of all, I don't believe that one can go back in time, and it's like, and I look at where I am right now. Anything that you would say change. Let's say, like I said, hey, wish I went to a different college. Hey, I wish I went and studied something differently. Hey, I wish I did something this and did something that. It would all lead me to a different place. And frankly, I got to tell you, as rough as things are sometimes in life, I'm happy with what I've got. I got a wonderful wife. I've got two great daughters. I've got a nice, healthy hobby that I love. I'm talking with people throughout the world. Life ain't too bad. But, if there were things, I probably would have said to myself, just pay more attention. Pay more attention in school. Kind of focus a little bit more on that. That's it. I need to find an old van model for an idea I have. Yes, you should. I build World War II planes and hot rods and GB bikes and F1 cars and die-cast models and a bit of Lego. Cool! I love it all. My older daughter's a big Lego person. I actually got a Lego thing that she's been painting down here. It's been sitting on sticks for a while. I should ask her if she wants to finish that. One thing that's cool about scale modeling. Thanks, Gramps. You're welcome. Gramps. I love being called Gramps. One thing that's cool about scale modeling is it's not a pigeonholing hobby. As much as sometimes people believe it might be, the answer is no, it's not. It's actually, you can do whatever you want with it. There's so much out there to do. One of our guys here who pops in here, Peter, he's also one of my locals. The guy's primarily a scratch builder, and the work that he does is fabulous. Or I've talked about her before. There's a woman from Vermont who does absolutely beautiful miniature painting, like to die for. Like the level of work that she does is incredible. I love seeing that kind of stuff. It's not what I would call traditional modeling, but it is great to see. We are fortunate that we have all this stuff available to us today. World War II planes. Yeah, it's funny. I prefer jets, but I do like. It's actually this. I do have a. I take it back. I prefer jets, but I also like working on like oddball prop planes. Like I won't build a P-51. I've got one Spitfire in my collection that I do want to do. I've got an idea, like a diorama idea. Like father, like daughter, projects on sticks. Absolutely. Oh yeah, she's definitely that. Someday I will hand that mantle off to you, Nick. Someday. Do I want to do putty now before? I got time. Let's start hitting this thing up with putty. The old Tamiya. It's not like you have to be at work. Not today. Thank God. Seven and a half years, my friends. 7.5 years. I'll have a side job. I will, because I don't mind working. The funny part about it is I don't mind working. Don't have a problem with it. But I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to work. That's what I'm looking forward I don't think I've ever pulled out this much putty to put on a model. I do as well. F35A and F35B. Yeah, the F35 is a really cool design. I've got an F35B in my collection. What do you have done them? Yep. I've done them. Nice. Whose F35s did you build? I'm kind of curious. I believe mine is, I've got an Academy, if I'm correct. Be doing later this week, or stuff that starts to show up. I'll do a little bit of a show and tell, because there's a couple planes in the order I just got, or I'm just placed. Tamiya, yeah, nice. Yeah, I hear the Tamiya one is really, really good. Damn it. Sorry, everybody. Let's break out the silicone brushes. So I do love me a challenge. I don't like a shitty challenge, but that's what I got right now. Yeah, goes right together, yeah. Was it the old saying, you just can't go wrong with Tamiya? Put together a Type 10 tank in 1/48 scale, which was wonderful. Like, that model just, like, and you start to understand when people say, you know, you shake the box and the model comes together beautifully. That was one of those models. Can't go wrong with me. Yeah, absolutely. That is 100% true. Worked on a few, not many, a few, but they're great. We are certainly, like I said earlier, we're in a golden era for a lot of this stuff, where you don't have to do it like what I'm doing to come up with a really good looking model. Still that Meg Merkava really was like eye-opening how good it was. In 1/72 scale, just unbelievable. Is everybody working on anything now, or are they either getting ready for work or getting ready for bed or whatever? Just going to start the day. Except for you, Ray. I know you. I know your game. VW Golf Rally Car. Nice! Oh, I know what that's about. Guys, give me a moment. I'm going to be right back. I got to run an errand upstairs. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Back. No work today. Next shift is Sunday, so I have a week to... Ooh! Whole week off for yourself. I love it, Seb. I'll surely start one of my 5 SD gun. Oh, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Nice. Getting ready for bed here in Australia. Just had a long weekend. Time to get back to work. Not happy to go back. I hear you. Well, I'm glad that you had a, what was it? Nice long weekend. That's great. Hey, GB, by the way, one of my favorite podcasts, something I listen to, or YouTube channels, something I listen to on a monthly basis is out of Australia. Got to give these guys a shot every time I can. The Totally Tank podcast or YouTube channel. Guys drinking beers and talking about a tank. So they'll review a tank. And it's like the coolest thing especially after they've had a few. R.I.P. Pope Francis. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Larry, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Oh, no. Please tell me. Oh, boy. Pope Francis passed away. Oh, boy. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, they're pretty good. They do get a little bit into the politics of stuff, too. But their politics kind of align with mine, so I'm very, very forgiving about that. But just they're just fun to listen to as they talk about, everything from old armor to new armor. They're really fun. Good morning. Yep, AJ. What? What's the old line? Only the good die young. Oh, boy. Anyway, thanks for letting me know, Larry. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to do some reading into that later on. That's going to be an interesting thing. Oops. Yuck. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this crap on here. 88. Wow. I knew he wasn't doing well, but I thought he was coming out of it, but I guess not. What's going on, guys? Have a great week, everyone. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, man, GB, anytime you want to pop on in, please do so. Every morning, 6 a.m. here Eastern time in the United States. If this works for you, great. And if not, enjoy. And we'll hopefully catch you at a future date. Thanks. Good night, GB. Yeah. It's always nice to see people from around the world, right? Just popping in, saying hi. We got a line on prospective Cardinals. I don't. Do you? Are you a betting man? Are we going to be putting betting bets on the next Cardinal being going up? I don't follow it that closely, but I am curious to see where it goes. Given the the world we live in, maybe a certain president of the United States can help them make a decision. I'm sure he'll find somebody that'll be religiously tolerant. There we go. I thought it was yesterday, but I think that's the wrong smoke signal. I think so too. Pew, pew. Here's my. Let's get this stuff up here. Wrong smoke signal. Yep. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Maybe, was that putty? It is. To me, a putty being laid down on this. Let's just leave it as a challenging model. What's going on, David? Welcome. I'm now laying down some of the stuff on the top root wing, top side of the root wing. Wing root, excuse me. And because I'm doing it here, though it's less egregious on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Yuck. Don't say. Yuck. What more can I say except yuck? In fact, I feel like I'm sculpting more of this model than anything else at this point. Just waking up to 500 milligram gummy yesterday and doing again for a long time. We ended up having horrible storms and tornado warnings. So bad. They let the tornadoes. Wow. Damn, David. Hope everybody's okay. That's kind of crazy. Woo. In fact, I'm not going to do putty there. I'm going to hit that with surfacer instead. This, on the other hand, we're going to hit up with a little bit of putty. If anybody's tuning in late, what's going on, everybody? Hope you had a nice weekend. David, I'm sorry to hear about the crazy weather. Luckily, it just passes by. Yeah, nice. Yeah. There we go. How long does the putty take to dry? I usually give it 24 hours. Depends on how thick you lay it on. This stuff here usually dries pretty quickly. But man, absolutely the worst model. Not gonna lie. Now that I'm actually doing like some significant amount of gap filling here. Oh, damn it. Un momento. Yeah, to me, I usually give like about 24 hours to dry. Also, everything. It's like you just, if you can, except for maybe some, depending on what you're doing with acrylic paints, just generally 24 hours is good. Let's get some of this excess off of here. Part of it disintegrated because I got the panel line. It wasn't supposed to be. Really? Disintegrated? Interesting. Because of too much panel liner? Was it a polycap type of a thing, David? I'll be the first to admit, I have had issues in the past with enamels on polys and stuff like that. I generally don't have much issue. I've had it, but I don't typically do it. If I want to put paint on something, I'm going to put paint on something. But then again, I'm usually doing that after I'm in a final pose. I need a new cap. When I was at the port panel, just like to me at one in certain areas on thin plastic together. Cracks. No. Yep. That's kind of interesting. What do they call that? The Bandai bug? But I thought that was specific to the type of plastic that Bandai uses. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I've experienced breakage, but not enough that I just found it to be too much of a problem. In fact, after something broke, I just, like I said, hit it up with thin cement, and that was the end of that, or CA glue. That was the end of that. I'll probably pull out one of the other brushes on this thing too, and just kind of go into these corners, but I kind of like this one. Give me a second, guys. All right. Excuse me. All right, about another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to call it a morning session. Wow, this is going to be doing more still. I know I'm laying this on heavy and probably could have thinned it out a little bit more, but you bet you're around for my extra. Then cement, I fixed that fucker. Fiance was impressed considering how many pieces they were. Yeah. Hot garbage. That's all I'm going to say. Hot garbage. That's what we got going on here. Hot garbage. Got so much putty on here. This is going to be fun thinning it down. But hot garbage. So on a different note, Saturday we spent a lot of time down in Yale, in New Haven, just driving around. Really nice time. Kind of, it's one of the other things that makes me kind of happy about where my daughter's going. It's she's near enough a really cool place to be, right? She's country enough. My daughter's gonna be starting college in the fall, and we're pretty sure we know where she's gonna be going to college now. Well, we are sure she's officially registered at Quinnipiac. What's cool is that there's a lot of really cool stuff. She's out in a bit of the country area, but without a doubt, if she wants to kind of get a little bit of city life, it's a 10-minute bus ride away. And New Haven was fun to drive through. It's kind of there's a lot of stuff happening there. There we go. George is streaming late today. Yeah, I'm on vacation this week, Robert. So I've decided, you know what? Got about another 5 minutes or so, and I'm going to call it a session. But yeah, I decided, what the hell? All right, yuck. That's all I'm going to say on this thing is yuck. Let's get a little bit more putty down. Hey, Robert, how are you doing, brother? There we go. The better dad is current in having catheterization done to open up. Oh, and I have to drive to South Kingstown this morning for a cardiologist appointment myself. Wow, stressful morning indeed. Wow, Robert, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. First of all, my best to your dad and to you. But whoa, yeah, that sounds like a lot going on in the morning. Never rains, but it pours. Yeah. I'm hoping your dad's at least doing okay. Yeah, it's getting a little crumbly. He looked okay yesterday, but his blood sugar and pressure have been lower than usual. Yeah. Yeah. Praying for you, my friend. Praying for you. Praying for you both. I think we're definitely going to be replacing this cap. A little much, but that's okay. There we go. Dab, dab, dab. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Apologies. What are you working on today? I'm working on this absolutely god awful specialized hobby 1/72nd scale Airacomet. This is the absolute worst model I've ever worked on from an engineering perspective. Just atrocious. But I like the design. It's free. And it's part of a collection of models we received as gifts, and I want to kind of get it done. I'm still tired of that going. Love you all, old school. Yeah, David, take care, brother. Good having you on this morning. Good seeing you. All the best to you and your family. Somebody's coming down. Oh, what the hell's happening there? That Farrell? Okay. Do what you gotta do. Thank you. I'm going to come up in about 5 minutes. I'm just putting down some putty and I'm done. Those wings look great. Thank you. I appreciate it, David. Wish I could agree with you. Wish I could agree with you. But they are coming out as good as they're going to come out. Just slathering the stuff on and bulbing and braying. There we go. That is all she's going to write on that. You're the Holy Father. Yeah, I just somebody about 15 minutes ago, Larry just posted on that. Yeah, I know. Bad news. We need leaders like that, genuinely. And I'm hoping. And somebody said, somebody asked, is like, do we know who's in line next? I don't know, but I hope they kind of continue that messaging, because we definitely don't need to go the other way, right? Maybe J.D. Vance can have a say on who becomes Pope. Maybe he can make himself Pope. You know, why not? All right, let's see what we got. So this thing is about as done as it's going to get right now. I'm going to let this stuff dry, give me about 24 hours, and then figure out what the next steps are. This, like I said, this thing is absolutely atrocious. So this thing's got putty all over it. It'll be up to the Vatican Council to choose. I hope the cardinals choose with wisdom and compassion. Yeah, let's start with, yeah, exactly. Compassion. I put compassion and wisdom, because I think it's the compassion side that we're also starting to forget today, and that's truly horrifying in my book. You enough. Oh yeah, this model is like, this is absolutely the worst model I've ever worked on. But on the plus side, later on today, I'll be continuing to work on Misa Hayase to get her painted up. So I got most of her finished. I still got a bunch of that green stuff to do. I'm probably about 50% done on the green. And then I get her kind of wrapped up. I'd like to get, either I'm taking Misa Hayase with me to my meeting in 2 weeks, week and a half, or I'm taking the bat plane. Depends on which gets done first. It's going to be a toss-up. But anyway, with that, guys, all right. Stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being here this morning, everybody. I genuinely appreciate it. Genuinely. It's always fun to start the day with this, especially even when it's like a vacation day, right? I love starting the day like this. It just puts me in the best frame of mind. So, catch you all later, guys. Have a nice day. You too, Seb. Thanks for popping in this today. I appreciate it. But anyway, go out there and do good, my friends. Do what you can to make it a better world for somebody, for somebody's. It's getting crazier by the day, and it's up to us individually to brighten the world. All right? Do good, enjoy, love you all, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.